Today, we're going to give you the top 3 credit cards for first-time credit card users. One of the great paradoxes of the American financial system is that if you don't already have credit, it can be hard to get credit. These cards are all about cutting this Gordian knot and helping people get started when they have no prior credit experience. They are designed to give you a chance and help you get started on the path of building a strong, reliable credit score. We are going to walk you through the details about these 3 cards so you can determine which might be best for your financial lifestyle. The 3 cards we are going to talk about today are the Capital One Platinum Credit Card, the Chase Freedom Rise Card, and the Discover It Student Cashback Card. Let's get started with the most important aspect of any first credit card, getting approved. I chose these 3 cards because they all have approval processes that work with people with limited credit history or no credit history at all. For Discover, don't get fooled by the name of the card. You can still apply for this card even if you are not a student. During the application process, they will ask you if you are a student. But if you're not, just say no and complete the additional questions. This will not prevent you from being approved. The Discover card is for people with no credit history. Students often fall into this category, so they market it directly to them. If you do have some credit history that is not pristine, this probably isn't the card for you. Instead, I would recommend the Capital One Platinum card or the Chase Freedom Rise card. Both of these also work with people who have fair to good credit. Remember that every credit card issuer will have its own rules for approvals. For each of these cards, having some established income and no prior credit history is likely to get you the card. And while it's not in the documentation, it might also be helpful to have a bank account with them already, especially for Chase, which sometimes provides offers to their checking account holders. One additional thing to consider is the credit line. Because these cards are for new credit card users, the credit limits will be modest. The Capital One Platinum card has a minimum credit line of $300. The Chase Freedom Rise card and the Discover It Student Cashback card both have a minimum credit line of $500. These are the minimum credit lines, so you could get approved for more. Card issuers will base the credit line that they offer you on income as well as credit history. Since your credit history is probably limited, your income and your debt-to-income ratio will probably play a big role in the credit limit that they offer you. Now let's look at what these cards cost. None of these cards charge an annual fee. That's great. Not only will it save you money, but you are going to want to keep these cards for a long time. That's true even if you outgrow it and find a different card for your day-to-day use. That's because credit cards can be a foundation for your credit score. Holding one of these cards for a long period of time can strengthen your credit score in 3 ways. First, making on-time payments. A foundation for a good credit score is a history of uninterrupted on-time payments. Second, age of credit. Having older accounts will establish you as someone who can manage credit over time. Third, keeping your utilization low. Utilization is the amount of credit you are using as a percentage of the total amount of credit available to you. If you use this card for a small purchase and pay the balance in full every month, you will have a low utilization. This shows the credit rating agencies that you can keep your credit under control. If you use the credit card to do these 3 things, it will build your credit score quickly. If you do them over years, you will establish a strong credit foundation. The fact that they don't charge an annual fee means that holding the card over time won't cost you anything. For each of these cards, I'm showing only the maximum APR. For Capital One, the maximum is 29.99%. Chase Freedom Rise is lower at 26.99%, and the Discover It Student Cashback card is in the middle at 27.24%. But here's the thing. Remember how I said to pay the balance in full every month? Well, as long as you do that, you'll never have to pay interest. That's the goal, to never pay interest on credit card purchases. Pay the balance in full, and the APR or the annual percentage rate will be irrelevant to you. Now let's talk about the late payment fees. The Capital One Platinum credit card and the Chase Freedom credit card both have late payment fees up to $40. And the Discover It student cashback card has a fee up to $41. Credit cards say up to because they will often charge you a lower amount for the first offense. If you make a habit of being late on your payments, these credit cards could get expensive. So make sure that you make your payment on time every month. One strategy is to make sure that you only use this card for infrequent small purchases and use autopay so that you don't even have to think about making the payment. Okay, now let's look at the benefits of the card. The biggest benefit for most cards is the rewards or the cashback points that you get from making purchases. The Capital One Platinum credit card offers no cashback and no meaningful rewards. It does offer some benefits, just no major benefits like some other cards. The Chase Freedom Rise card offers an impressive 1.5% cash back on all purchases. Plus, they will offer you $25 for enrolling in automatic payments, which is typically a good idea anyway. The Discover It student cashback card offers 1% cash back on all purchases and 5% cash back on revolving quarterly categories such as restaurants, gas stations, or others. 5% sounds great, but you will have to keep track of which categories are up each quarter. Personally, I refuse to commit that much mental energy to my credit card, but I recognize that some people get a thrill from squeezing all the value they can out of the products that they use. Additionally, the Discover card offers 6 months of 0% interest on your purchases after you sign up for the card. Sounds like a great benefit, but the last thing you want to do is get in the habit of carrying a balance from one month to another. Before long, that 6 months will be up and you'll find yourself paying interest. Don't fall into this trap. Only use the credit card for purchases you can afford to pay off every month. All three of these credit cards are great for helping you get started for two main reasons. First, they are designed for people new to credit. That means if you have a very limited credit history or no credit history at all, you can still get approved. Secondly, they have no annual fee. These are cards that you could keep for a long time as a foundation for a strong credit score. By using one of these cards wisely and paying the balance in full every month, you can jumpstart your effort to build a good credit history. That will serve you well over time. If you're interested in one of these cards or want to browse other options, please help support our channel by going to theyukonproject.com. You can shop for your next credit card on our marketplace page. We have over 150 different credit cards there. You can filter through the options, review the most recent terms and conditions, and find the perfect card for you. If you have any questions about one of these cards that we didn't address, leave a comment below and we'll try to get it answered. If you found this information helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.